Hello there. Thank you for stopping by to find out more about Kshetra, the sacred body. You may have stopped at this video because you are considering signing up for the free Come and Try session on the 30th of April, which is for those who have never done my courses before. Or you may have done my courses and you may be considering enrolling for Kshetra courses, which will start week of the 2nd of May. Either way, I welcome you, and I hope that in this video I will be able to share with you a little bit of the background of Kshetra and what you can look forward to in the courses and for the Come and Try session. Kshetra in the ancient goddess-led tradition means the body, but it means the sacred site. It also means the site of manifestation. So Kshetra can be the field, like the earth is the field of manifestation, or the heavens, which is the field of manifestation of the constellations. So in that sense, there is this continuum of body, which is the body of the earth, the body that is the sky. So in this beautiful invitation, we are asked to map the heavens and the earth in our bodies. And that was considered to be the way in which our consciousness becomes one with the consciousness of earth, becomes one with the consciousness of the cosmos, so that we experience all of these in the sacred site of Kshetra, which is our own bodies. We live in times where over centuries we have set the body aside in a lot of spiritual practices. Even where we have embodied practices, they are often manifesting a technique of the mind. So it may be a particular set practice, it may be a technique, it may be something that is there in a text and we manifest it. And while all of these things are important, what is different about Kshetra is that it is body-led. In Kshetra, the proposition is that the body is not created by the mind. And if you consider it, the body, of course, pre-exists the mind. The earth is not created by the mind. The skies, the heavens are not created by the mind. And so in allowing the body to lead, in allowing the intelligence and consciousness of the body to be revealed, we find a very different way of being in our body that changes completely our perception and experience of reality itself. We often seek for connection, particularly in the times that we live in. We are so yearning for connection, whether it's connection to ourselves, to the fullness of who we are, or whether it's connection to each other, connection to the earth, connection to the divine. There is this real yearning for unity or for connection. And this yearning, of course, is very ancient. And over centuries of many mind-dominated and textual traditions have brought us to this point now where we are profoundly disconnected, not just from the earth, but also from our own divinity, which, of course, is in our bodies. In Kshetra, we start with the body. We see that the body is the temple, the source of the divine, and the body is what is going to lead us in experiencing that expansive consciousness, in experiencing reality or the divine. And we map everything else, all of the other Kshetras, we bring it into the experience of the body itself. So for example, we will be looking at themes like how are the constellations mapped in the body. For example, there are constellations in astrology. It's very common, of course, to consider how these constellations influence our lives. And we bring that now much more intimate, and we actually map some of the deities of these constellations as embodied dance practices. We may consider what are the deities of the senses, the 5 senses that we have, and how do they become divine? Because in so many spiritual traditions, we actually think of the senses as something to be rejected or something that we need to withdraw from. But here we are going to celebrate the senses and really experience their divinity. We will also consider what is the consciousness of animals. How do we connect? When we speak about connecting with all of reality, nature, and all of the life forms of nature, it is not just a duality of connection. So we're not separately connecting to them as their saviors or as their protectors, but how do we actually experience the bird in us and us in the bird, or the tree in us and us in the tree? So this is a practice called Chatushpada, and it is a very beautiful practice. It literally means four-legged, or the four domains of consciousness. Another thing we may look at is the 8 directions, or the guardians of the 8 directions, which is called the Ashtadikpalakas. And these directions are mapped in the body, and this is a multi-dimensional experience of reality in the body. So body is not just two-dimensional. It is not even 3-dimensional, but we experience it as this 8-dimensional, and each dimension with its own divinity. So all of this is to open us to the immense expansiveness that the intelligence of the body is capable of. In fact, the body is capable of that infinity, the experience of eternity, infinity, the experience of infinite possibility. This is not something that the mental consciousness is able to take us to, but absolutely the body can bring us to that. So I hope that if you feel called to the sacredness of your own body, to experience how the body becomes ritual consciousness and how this can change our everyday lives, even the simplest things we do, it can change our perception of reality. If you feel called to this, I hope that you will join me in the Come and Try session. If you've never tried my courses before, you're welcome to come along to the Come and Try session. It's free. And if you have done my courses before, and if you feel called to enroll for these courses, I look forward very much to your company and to invoking the Kshetra body and consciousness together with all of you. Thank you.